and it's decided to storm it.
It's lovely.
It is nice. It kind of fit in for the scenery. The rain in the jungle. Really is like a jungle in here. Oh wow, that's quite impressive actually. I'd probably say that's more impressive than the castle. This is incredible. I didn't quite expect the tree to be so big. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. Yeah. I mean, if you're into wildlife and the world, oh, the parrots. The parrots over there.
Because we don't just want to see a few macaws in the wild, we want to see skies filled with macaws. Can you guys imagine that?
You got the flamingos and stuff.
Pretty cool, right? Alright, let your imagination run wild.
That sun's gorgeous. Sun's come out again, rain's passed. Lasted for about 10 minutes. Oh look! All the parrots just went over for the show. Now, Animal Kingdom is quite big, quite shocked actually.
Not as big as you think. Just look, we've just came in, didn't we? Yeah? We're already past that. We're coming up here. So it's not as big as you think. It's just like what?
Oh, I think there's quite a lot of stuff here though for people to do.
In a bad way.
Yeah. Well, no, it gives you more chance to be able to get a lot more done. And like that, if you like wildlife and being out in nature, this is the best place for you. Just the scenery everywhere is just incredible. Every detail. Into Africa, toward Tusker House. Look over the bridge. So every detail in this place is absolutely incredible. All the lily pads down there. Port of East Africa, welcome to Harambe. Oh, it looks really run down here. It looks amazing. Look at it, it looks amazing. Every detail, even the floor with the cracks in it. So they're old and run down. All the lights for the shows. So we're just waiting in the Fast Pass Plus line for Kilimanjaro safaris, and the line's going down really, really fast.
We cannot protect our animals from the most dangerous threat of all, poaching. The poachers defeated animals represent only profit.
Seated at all times, and here's why. We are not on a track. I am really driving this truck, and we're going to travel over some very bumpy, unpaved roads today. So friends, please stay seated at all times, even if the truck has stopped moving. That goes for grown-ups and children, so parents watch your kids, and kids watch your grown-ups. Little ones can be safely seated on your lap or seated beside you, but please do not move your kids back and forth across your rows or hold them up in the air like Simba. You'll also want to make sure that you keep your hands, arms, feet, legs, antlers, horns, hooves, tails inside the truck at all times as well. We're going to pass by a lot of thick underbrush. Some of that underbrush has very long thorns, and getting snagged by a giant thorn while you're riding on a moving vehicle does not sound pleasant at all. Now these are for your safety and comfort, for the safety and comfort of the animals. Please do not scream, shout, hoot, holler, snap, clap, whistle, or make kissing noises at the animals. They are real, wild, undomesticated animals. Your efforts to come closer are more likely going to scare them. If they get scared, they will run away and hide. And then we will have a thrilling 20-minute tour of ecosystems. Well friends, welcome to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Harambe is a Swahili phrase that means to come together. This reserve is our chance to come together with our animal friends and learn more about them in their natural habitat. The first place we'll visit today is the Little Ituri Forest. The animals here are naturally camouflaged and very shy, like the okapi. You can see hiding to our right. You might think the okapi is in the zebra family because of the zebra stripe on their legs, but they are not related to the zebra at all. The okapi is the last living relative of the giraffe. They're so well hidden they were completely unknown to Western civilizations until 1901. The okapi have very large ears that swivel independently. That will allow for excellent hearing. A mother okapi can even use a kind of sonar in order to communicate with their calves. Coming up on our right, we'll see a light brown antelope called the greater kudu. Male greater kudu have long, twisting horns that grow around 6 feet in length. Males are solitary, but female kudu travel in herds of 3 to 10. And a female kudu to our right. On our left, we'll see good finds the black rhino. Black rhinos can grow to around 3,000 pounds and charge at a speed of 35 miles per hour. But they are becoming hard to find because they are poached for their horns. A lot of cultures believe that rhino horns have medicinal properties. That's never been proven. In reality, rhino horns are made out of keratin. That's the same stuff your fingernails are made out of. Because the poaching, there's only around 5,000 black rhinos left. According to recent data, the number could be as low as only 3,600 black rhinos still alive. On our right, you see another greater kudu. You also might spot this copper-colored antelopes with white stripes. These are called the bongo. The bongo are so reclusive they're known as the ghosts of the forest. Their horns tilt backwards, and that's on purpose. If the bongo is startled by a predator, they can dive into the thick underbrush. Because their horns are angled backwards, they won't get tangled up. There are two kinds of bongo, the lowland and the mountain. Here on the reserve, our friends are the critically endangered mountain bongo. We are now moving further into the forest. We're going to head towards the Safi River. Now in the river, one of the animals we'll look for today is the hippo. But even though hippos are very large, around 5,500 pounds, they can often be surprisingly hard to see. That's because typically hippos prefer to stay in the water. They stay in the water that keeps them cooler, and that keeps them from getting sunburned. Hippos can stay underwater for up to 8 minutes at a time before they need to come back up and catch their breath. If a hippo stays out of the water for too long, their skin produces a red secretion that acts like a natural sunscreen. Now look on your right-hand side first. You might spot a hippo or two deep in the water. You can't see well on your right. Hakuna Matata, no worries. We're going to look to our left. And sure enough, on our left-hand side, we can see a float of hippos in the water. Hippos are at the very top of their food chain. The only predator they experience is mankind. Hippos are not predators themselves, however, they're not carnivores, they're herbivores. They eat about 80 to 90 pounds of vegetation a day. The hippos here in the Safi River are the Nile hippopotamus. Hippos don't swim, but they do float. They move through the water by pushing themselves off at the bottom of the river. They are capable of swimming, but if you weigh 2.5 tons too, you wouldn't want to do much swimming either. The large white birds in the Sapi River are the pink-backed pelicans. They get their name because their backs turn pink during mating season. Both males and females settle their nests. Their eggs will incubate for around 30 days before they hatch. The pink-backed pelican is unique because they work together to herd fish into a central location. That way the whole flock can easily eat together. On our left, we'll see the crocodiles. The Nile crocodile is the largest crocodilian. They can grow to around 16 to 20 feet in length, and their weights can range from 500 to 1,500 pounds. Crocodiles are opportunistic feeders. Rather than being strictly an herbivore or carnivore, they will just eat whatever shows up in front of them. If you've ever wondered how you can tell apart a crocodile from an alligator, a crocodile's snout is longer and more pointed. The alligator's snout is shorter and more rounded. Crocodiles will hold their eggs between their jaws and gently roll them back and forth. That will encourage those eggs to hatch sooner. We are now moving away from the river and away from the forest. We're going to head towards the savanna. The savanna is the ecosystem that most folks associate with Africa. But as you can see already, the continent is home to a wide variety of ecosystems. On our right-hand side, we'll see the baobab tree. It's sometimes called an upside-down tree, and that makes sense. The branches look a lot like roots. The baobab tree stays leafless around 8 to 9 months out of the year. That will help it conserve water. But the trunk of the baobab tree is filled with water, so it's often called the tree of life. And the wild subspecies of baobab tree will bear a kind of citrus fruit. The locals can use it to make a kind of lemonade. One of the animals we'll see on the safari today on the savannah are the giraffes. We'll see them better as we continue traveling, and no worries, my friends, they are very easy to find. Giraffes are the tallest kind of land animal in the world. There are 9 different subspecies of the giraffe. Here on the reserve, our friends are the Maasai. Out of those 9 subspecies, however, 5 of them are now considered to be vulnerable or critically endangered. That does include these Maasai giraffe. Just last month, their status changed from vulnerable to critically endangered. Giraffes are often hunted and killed for sport and for the illegal bushmeat trade, and they can't reproduce fast enough to replenish their herds quickly. A typical giraffe pregnancy is around 15 months long. It takes quite a while for a new calf to be born and added to the herd. We're going to spot a couple of giraffes in the distance, but no worries, my friends. We're going to see the giraffes better as we continue traveling.
Another one! There's one!
That's a baby, right?
Yes! That's it. That's right. Now why are we going to go to...
So using the dip, just get
So they're walking over to that guy in the middle. Look, she's come to feed him.
Oh no, that's the guy.
Coming up on our left, we're going to keep our eyes out for the African wild dogs. They're sometimes called the African painted dogs, and it makes sense how they get that nickname. It looks like the coats have been painted with a paintbrush. Each pattern on their coats is unique. That's how they can tell each other apart even at a great distance. The African wild dogs are very efficient hunters because of their ability to communicate together as a pack. They have a 96% success rate when they hunt. The African wild dog is critically endangered, and they are not related to the hyena at all. Hyenas aren't even in the canine family. The hyenas were closely related to the weasel and the dog. The African wild dog is so wild, in fact, they're the only species of canine that can never be domesticated. You might think they'd have a pretty ferocious sounding bark, but they sound more like squeaky toys. It's pretty cute. Now coming up, we're going to get a closer look at the giraffes coming up on both sides of our trip. We can tell that they are part of the Maasai species by looking at the splotchy and lacy pattern on their hide. They're named after one of the largest tribes in Kenya. Well, friends, it is our lucky day because there are baby giraffes out and about on the savannah. We've spotted 5 new babies born on the reserve within the last year, and it's really exciting to have so many new little ones out here. The Maasai population has dropped by 57% in the last 10 years. So adding 5 new babies is really good news for the survival of this species. A newborn giraffe is around 5 to 6 feet tall and 125 pounds. A fully grown Maasai giraffe is around 15 to 20 feet tall, sometimes all the way up to 30. That's That's why we call a group of giraffes a tower. A newborn giraffe has a 6-foot drop to the ground, and that baby can be mobile about an hour after being born. That way, if a predator comes by, that baby giraffe can be on the move. They can even run by the time they're around 10 hours old. A fully grown Maasai giraffe typically keeps a rather leisurely pace, but if need be, they can run as fast as up to 30 miles an hour. A giraffe's heart weighs around 25 pounds and it's about 2 feet in length, roughly a little bit larger than a basketball. They need really powerful hearts to pump blood through their long circulatory systems. Giraffes have the highest blood pressure of any mammal. And no worries, my friends, no need to stand up to see the giraffe. Flamingos aren't born pink. When they first hatch, they're gray and fluffy. Once they get to be about a year or so old, they'll start to turn pink from the beta-carotene in their diet. They eat a lot of shellfish. The greater flamingo is the palest pink variety of the flamingo. You can see their coloring the best when they open their wings. They're called the greater because they are the tallest species of flamingo. Scientists aren't sure why flamingos like to stand on one leg. There's a couple of theories, but they're not sure which theory is the correct answer. The most prevalent theory is that switching legs throughout the day will help prevent fatigue.
We should try that. We should try that. Prevent fatigue stand on one leg.
They'll wait until nightfall to do their hunting. If they wait until nightfall, it's a lot cooler, and their prey is a lot more active. And there's a female lion to up to the very top of the copy. We can tell she's female since she doesn't have a thick mane of fur around her neck. Typically, female lions are the ones to leave and do all the hunting. The men will stay home. Lions usually vocalize early in the morning, or they'll wait until nightfall. A lion's roar can be heard for around 5 miles across the savannah. A lion's tongue is the same sandpaper texture as a house cat's. That texture is called papier. But unlike a house cat, the lion's texture is so strong, they can clean a carcass in around 30 minutes flat. But coming up on our right, we're going to see several white rhinos. The white rhino gets their name not from their color, but because of a mistranslation. The Afrikaans name for them is the white rhino, white meaning wide. That's because they have a very wide lower jaw. That's different from the black rhino, who has a very pointed jaw and a pointed upper lip. The differences in their jaw shapes affect their diets. Black rhinos use their pointed jaws to pluck food off of trees and branches. The white rhino uses their wide lower jaw in order to graze. White rhinos are typically around 5,000 pounds each. A group of rhinos is called a crash. That might be because, well, they have very poor vision. They can only see about 10 feet in front of them. As a result, they crash into everything. Take another look to our left so you can find another lion or two out here. 100 years ago, there were more than 200,000 lions in the world. Today, that number has dropped to just around 20,000. That's due both to hunting and to habitat damage. That's why Disney is participating in the Protect the Pride program. Our goal is to double the number of lions in the world by 2050. And sure enough, there is a male lion at the very, very top of the copy.
Oh, yeah, wow.
He's got that thick mane of fur around his neck. It'll turn darker as he gets older. Judging by his coloring, he's probably around 4 to 6 years old. A group of lions is called a pride. So Pride Rock makes a lot of sense. The name Simba means lion, the name Rafiki means friend, and the name Pumbaa can mean either foolish or dusty. That makes sense because, well, Pumbaa. But also because warthogs will dig tunnels in the dust and the dirt. So you can see warthogs on our left-hand side. They are the largest kind of burrowing animal in Africa, and a group of warthogs is called a sounder. Despite their size, they are very light on their feet. They will run with a bounce in their step and their tails held high in the air.
Oh look, there's one down
You can
there.
see that they have 2 sets of tusks, a larger set upper and a smaller set lower. They use their tusks to root around for their food and to dig their tunnels. Now who wants to see an extinct animal today?
Yay!
This is the closest we're going to get. So we look on our right hand side. There's a pair of little dark bunny antelopes. These cute little guys are called the bantabak. At one point the bantabak were hunted so severely, there were only 17 of them left alive. They were saved because one farmer built a fenced-in enclosure and put the 17 remaining bantabak inside. They're doing much better now, but they are extinct in the wild. The bantabak are only found in protected reserves like ours, so we're pretty lucky to see 2 of them out here today. The name bantabak means patchwork buck. That makes sense that they have those white patches on their bodies.
Image.
That's correct. To our right, we can see a couple of female ostriches.
Oh.
We know they're female by the color of their feathers. Female ostriches are a pale gray color. Males are darker gray, nearly black. A full-grown ostrich is around 6 feet tall and 150 pounds. They are completely flightless, and they typically run around 40 miles an hour. Ostriches lay the largest kind of egg. Each one is around 3 pounds in weight and is the equivalent of 2 dozen chicken eggs. The shell of an ostrich egg is so strong a human can stand on them and they won't crack. But that's probably not a very good idea. That's because ostriches use their strong kicks as their main defense against predators. A kick from an ostrich is strong enough to kill a fully grown human.
Oh, so through that one.
On our left is my favorite pothole. There it is. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed our time in our safari today. Hope you got to see some favorite animals, meet some new friends, learn some new facts. If you'd like to learn even more about the 23 species of animals that call this reserve home, you can always visit DisneyAnimals.com to find out more. Now, in the words of one of my favorite Disney animal friends, tut tut looks like rain. Now, we do have quite a few outdoor attractions here in Animal Kingdom, and unfortunately, when there's rain or lightning, they may have to close, but that is okay. That's for your safety. The best way to check if an attraction is up and running, use the My Disney Experience app on your smartphone. If you see a purple star next to an attraction's name on the map, that means that they are temporarily closed. If you see a numerical wait time, that attraction is still open and you can still go and have a great time. But that way you can double check before you hike all the way to Asia, just to discover that Expedition Everest is not expediting. Now we have made it all the way back to the Warden Post. We're just gonna wait for our turn to disembark. Before you do, double check, make sure you have all your belongings with you. If you have any trash, take that with you as well. There's going to be a trash can and a recycling bin right by the exit. Once you exit, there's only one way back out towards the rest of the village and the rest of the park. So follow the path, follow the signs. The path is also going to take you right to stroller parking if you left a stroller with us today. The first stroller lot you will see at the top of the hill is the standby stroller lot. If you went there fast past, your stroller will not be there. You want to just keep walking across the bridge, you're going to walk right back to the village where you left your stroller. And if you have any questions, feel free to come right up and ask once you've parked. My window is literally always open.
So we just got off of Kilimanjaro Safari, and wow, it was incredible. 23 different species of animals, one of which is nearly extinct. There's only 17 left in the world, and I think they've reduced the amount of lions due to hunting and ecosystem. But Disney's doing quite a good job in trying to raise the numbers over the next couple of years. So really good safari. So we're just nipping into shop now, have a look around, see what we can find. The chocolate chip one, please. Thank you. Here are all the different sweet treats. They look nice.
And is that all? Alright, my friend down here at the end can take care of you. Want one?
Got some little treats with some candy corn inside, and these are $7.98. A bag of mini Rice Krispie treats. They look quite nice, I do actually. $29.95. $29.95 for the t-shirts. $125 for the African art print. Bushman open edition print. And $125 for the African art print again. really. Lucy just bought a new hat from Animal Kingdom off one of the stalls. It was $35. They had pins on it, but we've taken them off just so we don't lose them. Ooh. That was always sweet. And we just bought a giant Mickey cookie to give it a try. So around the Festival of the Lion King, we have a drum area where you can drum, and anyone can do it. A little bit of fun for the kids and adults. And we have to the left the pin station with some really nice and reasonably priced pins. All themed to Animal Kingdom, of course. And you can get all the pin prices. Green $9.99, silver $9.99, blue $12.99, yellow $12.99 and pink $14.99. And we have some Pixar pins here.
Yeah, Walt.
Some lanyards. Some keychains. How much is this one? $14.99. Obviously tax on top of that. Hey guys, Dave here. Thanks ever so much for watching today's video. If you like what you saw, then please feel free to head on over to my channel, Disney D Vlogs. You can also hit that subscribe button, hitting the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest in Disney news and other tidbits, and you'll be sure to catch us on our next adventure. Thanks guys.